Most people have never heard her name, yet she was once the most brilliant woman in the world. Hypatia of Alexandria didn't lead armies or rule nations. She challenged them with thought. In an age of ignorance and rising violence, she stood for knowledge. But when knowledge threatens power, power strikes back. This is the erased story of a woman whose life lit up a city and whose death darkened history. Hypatia was born into brilliance. Her father, Theon, was a famed mathematician, but Hypatia soon outpaced even him. She was trained in astronomy, math, philosophy, fields closed to most women, and yet she didn't hide her intelligence. She lectured in public, drawing crowds from across the empire. In a time when women were told to be silent, Hypatia's mind became a voice heard across Alexandria. Alexandria wasn't just a city, it was the center of the ancient world's wisdom, a crossroads of ideas and empires, where scholars gathered to debate the nature of reality. The Library of Alexandria housed the thoughts of centuries, and right at its heart was Hypatia, the last light of a golden era of science and philosophy. But behind the knowledge lay tension, politics, power struggles, and Alexandria was about to become a battlefield. Hypatia didn't just repeat old truths, she redefined them. She taught Neoplatonism, a philosophy that believed the universe could be understood through logic, discipline, and inner harmony. She improved the astrolabe, studied planetary motion, and explained math like few could. She brought together students of every background, Christians, pagans, Jews, because to her, reason had no religion. But her influence grew too strong for a city caught in a storm of faith and fear. The year is 412 AD. Christianity has grown into political power. Bishop Cyril wants control over Alexandria. Roman governor Orestes resists, and Hypatia, his friend and advisor, becomes a target. She's accused of sorcery, of preventing peace, of corrupting Roman power. The truth? She was a thinker in a world where thinking had become dangerous. In 415 AD, the mob came for her. Christian extremists dragged Hypatia through the streets. They stripped her, murdered her with tiles, and burned her body, not because she had done wrong, but because she stood for something they couldn't control. Hypatia didn't die for who she was. She died for what she represented, a world where ideas were free. After her death, Hypatia's name was scrubbed from history, her writings lost, her influence buried. The Library of Alexandria would fade. The ancient world's pursuit of science and knowledge slowed to a crawl. The age of reason gave way to the age of silence. What the world lost with her, we may never fully recover. But ideas don't die. Centuries later, Hypatia was rediscovered. She became a symbol, not just of what was lost, but of what we can still protect. Today, she stands for women in science, for thinkers against tyranny, for voices silenced by power. Hypatia's life is a reminder. When we forget our past, we repeat its mistakes. Hypatia's death is one of humanity's deepest regrets, the killing of knowledge itself. But through that regret, something rises. We rise every time we choose to learn, to question, to remember. Her torch, once extinguished, is now passed to us. She dared to think, and they tried to erase her, but they couldn't, because thought, once awakened, never dies.